There's a new government in Belize. CARICOM Single Market and Economy is the best platform for post-pandemic recovery, Secretary General tells Korea-Caribbean Partnership High-Level Forum. Heavy rainfall continues to cause havoc in the region. And Caribbean leaders extend congratulations to U.S. President-elect and Vice President-elect. These are the headlines in this week's edition of CARICOM News Time. I am Michelle Nurse. Thanks for joining us. There's a new government in Belize. The opposition People's United Party, led by John BRICENO, won the elections on the 11th of November. The PUP defeated the United Democratic Party, led by Patrick Faber, who was leading the party into general elections for the first time since outgoing Prime Minister Dean Barrow had early announced his retirement from active politics. The United Democratic Party was seeking a fourth consecutive term in office. A six-member CARICOM election observation mission, headed by Ms. Jeanette Charles of Antigua and Barbuda, monitored the elections. CARICOM has extended congratulations to the victorious team. While CARICOM has been relatively successful in managing the health aspects of COVID-19, the pandemic has had a devastating impact on the mostly tourism-dependent countries, which are also affected by climate change and the challenges of sourcing financing. In his keynote address to the 10th High-Level Forum on Korea-Caribbean Partnership held on the 11th of November, Ambassador Erwin LaRocque, CARICOM's Secretary General, provided insight on how the pandemic is affecting the region and what it will take to recover.
Indeed, the pandemic has had a devastating effect on the overall economy in CARICOM states. CARICOM has been acknowledged as being the worst-hit region economically amongst all developing countries. Revenue losses associated with the virus average between 30 to 40%. Overall, most countries are projected to experience double-digit contractions in economic activity in 2020. The International Monetary Fund has forecast an average decline of 13% for the region, but some CARICOM countries will experience a decline as high as 20%. This projection could worsen in light of the reinstatement of lockdown measures in tourism-sourced countries in Europe.
CARICOM's recovery will be undertaken from a position on which the IMF has concluded that the sudden stop in tourist arrivals and the local lockdowns was equivalent to a cardiac arrest, the Secretary General pointed out to the delegates who joined the forum virtually from across different time zones.
Our community has several proposals to mitigate the risks in response to the crisis, as well as provide support to safeguard lives and maintain livelihoods. These include 1. Refinancing COVID-related debt into long-term low-interest bonds, thereby postponing the debt servicing payments into the foreseeable future. 2. Comprehensive debt relief for small, vulnerable, middle-income states like CARICOM. And 3. Designing a variety of resilience financial instruments aimed at mobilizing and providing appropriately priced funding to build economic and climate resilience. CARICOM looks forward to the support of countries such as South Korea to advocate for these issues on its behalf, particularly in fora such as the G20 and the OECD Development Assistance Committee, where decisions with a global impact are taken and our member states do not have a voice.
He said the economic recovery of member states will no doubt depend to quite an extent on external factors. But building back better, using the already established CARICOM Single Market and Economy, presents the best platform for achieving economic and climate resilience, as well as sustainable growth and development, he said. Please check our YouTube channel for the Secretary General's address to the forum. Reports of flooded homes and agricultural lands, landslides and damaged roadways continue to make headlines as heavy rains pummeled the Caribbean. There were severe flood conditions in Belize, and in Antigua and Barbuda, rains caused havoc in several areas. The conditions forced the closures of schools for a couple of days and the evacuation of some residents from their homes. Dominica, Jamaica, and the Cayman Islands are among the countries which were affected by heavy rainfall. In the case of the Cayman Islands, Tropical Storm Eta caused some damage. CARICOM has extended congratulations to the President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris of the United States. Dr. the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, who is the current chairman of the community, says the historic nature of the victory is exemplified by the election of Vice President-elect Harris, a person of Caribbean and South Asian descent, as the first woman to achieve that position. Prime Minister Gonsalves says President-elect Biden has been a friend to CARICOM, and the community looks forward to working with the new U.S. administration in pursuing the common goal of advancing the well-being of our people. The U.S. is a country with which the community is inextricably linked through geography, shared values, familial ties, and economic and security relations, the CARICOM chairman says. In their individual capacities, heads of government have also extended their best wishes to the Biden-Harris team.
We will now observe 2 minutes of silence.
CARICOM member states joined other countries in observing Armistice Day and Remembrance Day on the 8th and 11th of November, respectively. Each year, on the closest Sunday to the 11th of November, the world observes the Armistice, an agreement to end the fighting of the First World War as a prelude to peace negotiations. Caribbean soldiers were among the 8.5 million military casualties of the war. About 16,000 men and women from the British colonies in the Caribbean had enlisted for military service. The British West Indies Regiment lost about 1,200 men by the time the war ended in 1918. The regiment also earned 81 medals for bravery. For these and other stories, visit the CARICOM news site at today.caricom.org or the CARICOM website at caricom.org. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.